Working papers 15-3, work together. Okay, so first of all, we are going to calculate depreciation expense. Okay, when we go through there, it says to calculate depreciation expense for the color printer costing $950. The printer has an estimated salvage value of $150, so if we go to sell it, we figured when we're all done with it, we can get $150 out of it. And the useful life of 5 years. Okay, so to figure that out, we have to figure out our original cost. And the original cost is $950. Right there. Let me get a smaller pen. Okay, the estimated salvage value, which is the amount that we're going to receive if we sell it, is $150. And again, that came from right there. So the estimated total depreciation expense is going to be $800. So over the course of 5 years, it's going to depreciate by $800. Then we will take the estimated useful life is 5 years. So we take $800 divided by 5, and we come up with a depreciation of $160 over the course of the 5-year period. And that is going to depreciate $160 every year. Okay, moving on to the second part of Work Together 15.3, we are going to calculate the book value. Okay, we already took a look at how much we are going to depreciate it every year, and that we figured out in the last step. Okay, so we're going to go down to the bottom here and fill out this form. The original cost is $950. And again, that came from right there. Depreciation year 1. Okay, so it's going to depreciate $160 every year. And we've had this color printer. We want to see what the book value is after the second year. And book value is what it's worth after you've figured out your depreciation. So depreciation from year 1, $160, and you have another $160 for the second year. So after 2 years, it's going to depreciate by $320. So you'll take your original cost minus each year's depreciation, and you will come up with the book value of your piece of equipment. This printer is worth $630. Remember, we bought it for $950, but with wear and tear, it does depreciate. Okay, moving on to the third part is on December 31st, Southside Electric determined its depreciation expense. Total depreciation expense is $2,150 for office equipment and $7,440 for store equipment. Remember now what we did in the previous part of this section, they would do for each piece of equipment that depreciates. Remember, land does not depreciate. It usually goes up in value, but they would go through and then lump it all together with the depreciation. So now we're going to, once we figure that out, we are going to journalize the adjusting entries for accumulated depreciation. You can see up in your chart of accounts that we have accumulated depreciation for office equipment. That is a contra account to our office equipment. And it's a contra asset, so therefore it has a normal credit balance. Again, it's a contra account to office equipment because it's going to make the value of your office equipment go down. Okay, then you also have accumulated depreciation for store equipment. And again, that is a contra account to store equipment. It's going to reduce the amount of our store equipment. We also have the related accounts that we make adjustments to, and those are our expenses. So the amount of depreciation is an expense to your business. We have depreciation expense for office equipment and for store equipment. All right, so the date is the 31st. Obviously, we're going to have a debit and a credit. We are going to debit our depreciation expense for office equipment. And that's the amount right up in there. Okay, so we're going to debit that amount because it's an expense to our business. And then we're going to credit or increase accumulated depreciation office equipment for the same amount. So we've increased the amount in our expense, and we've also increased the amount in our accumulated depreciation for office equipment. Then we will record the same adjustment for our store equipment. The date, depreciation expense store equipment. We will use the amount that's listed up in our problem. That'll be a debit. And we will credit our contra account accumulated depreciation for store equipment.